Libra, this is your March tarot reading coming from the mountains of Java. Now, whenever I introduce these, I always say I hope you enjoy it. But I'm using Tarot Nusantara, which can give some rather dark readings. And also, most of the readings for March haven't been exactly a bowl of cherries. Generally speaking, there's been something positive we can see in them. But to say I hope you enjoy it might be overstating it. I hope you get a lot from this, Libra. I really do. And if you do, if you could subscribe, hit the like button, make a comment, it really will help me on these algorithms. But yeah, I hope you get something from it, Libra. Now I'll be using probably 2 decks, but out of 3 decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara. The second deck is the Steampunk deck. And the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love. Whereas the Light Visions, I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them, I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them. Something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. And I call on the spirits of the mountain to assist me in shuffling these cards, in selecting the right cards and interpret them correctly for Libra for March 2022. Libra, having prefixed this reading by saying that I'm getting some slightly dark readings, apart from 1 card, possibly 2, spread couldn't be better. It's a lovely spread. I mean, I am concerned about some of the cards, and to a certain degree, other people's readings have there've been a lot of cards that concern me and a few cards that give me hope, and those that give hope in the end trump. So we'll see about yours, we'll have to see. If you look at that middle card there, we have the Queen of Wands. She's a queen that everyone loves. She runs around trying to keep everybody happy, but flits from person to person maybe. Maybe even uses people slightly. In your recent past, you've been looking inwards. Now, there's no harm in that. You've been looking inwards for answers. But maybe in doing so, you've not been seeing the opportunities that surround you. And now we have you. So your current energy is nicest card in the pack. It's the Sun card, and the sun shining down on you, and everybody can see this wonderful radiance in you. So why, oh why, does the future become the 9 of Swords, a card of worry, a card of being kept awake at night with worry? I don't know, because you see, the card impacting on the outcome is the Strength card. Oh, I wonder if this is the strength to overcome those worries. I don't know. And the card that would prevent the outcome is Ace of Pentacles, seeking out new financial opportunities. Now, I do understand that in the light of the End card, or the Outcome card, which is the 7 of Pentacles, and that's you making long-term investments. So it seems to me the Ace is you thinking, they're taking a bit too long, let's try something new. Whereas I think the universe is saying, keep on, these are for the long term, you'll be alright. Maybe that's what the worry's about, that things aren't happening quickly or not. Anyway, Let's look at each card individually, because I've clearly not got the full measure of this just yet. So the overall energy is this Queen of Wands. She's a courageous, confident queen, independent, very determined. But some think of a social butterfly. And sometimes when I get this card, it can be a warning that you're using people a little. I'm not saying that's how I should interpret it here. I'm not saying that. Self-actualised, self-aware, strong. You know how to channel your strength. Optimistic, full of ideas. And people like you because of that. You know, people are drawn to you because of that. But as I say, you're very busy. You flit from things to things. You are a leader, you do inspire others, but maybe you use them. As I say, I'm not sure that's the right interpretation here. People are drawn to your passion and energy, that's for sure. That's for sure. Now this card runs throughout the entire reading, and I have to keep that in mind as I'm looking at the other cards. In your recent past, we have the Four of Cups. This is you going inside yourself for answers, quiet and contemplative. Focusing on what you've got, but maybe missing opportunities as a result. Now, I don't necessarily see it as a bad card. It's something we all need to do from time to time. You look at the card, what could be nicer, in fact, sitting under a tree, quietly contemplative. He's looking at those 3 cups there. But what he misses is that other cup behind his head. And it's being held up, and there's that cloud sort of thing that says it's divine. So are you missing out on something that's really good? Perhaps you have. And remember, this is the past. Perhaps you have in the past. But times of reflection, you know, are a necessary thing for us all. So maybe that's not so bad. Because your current energy is the Sun card. Many blessings. You feel the radiance of the sun on you. You're feeling so positive, and you know, even when objectively maybe things are bad in the world, if you have a positive frame of mind, nothing seems to be a problem. Everything seems okay. And this is really how we should lead our lives, isn't it? And you know, this radiance is so strong that when you walk in a room, people can feel it on you. They can feel it coming from you. Now, I've endured many years of, 20 odd years of psychopathic abuse, and then my family were victims of black magic. And I had to find happiness within me, because if objectively the situation could not have been worse. And I did. And when I went back to the UK to meet with family and friends, everybody was just struck the incredible change in me, how different I looked. Some even said, I didn't realise how ill you must have been. And it's that sort of thing that shines from me. You look at the card, it's beautiful, isn't it? The sun shining on him, he's on that wonderful horse. Everybody can see the radiance, the happiness. So Libra, it's strange that you should go from your current energy of the Sun card to the future energy of the Nine of Swords, because this is the energy of worry. Being kept awake at night with worry. You know, it might not be about your objective situation. You might just be a worrier. But you are worried. And do you know what is worry but a prayer for things to go wrong? You look at the card, well, you know, he is being kept awake, isn't he? He is being kept awake, but we don't know why. But for sure, if you worry, things will go wrong. For sure. I cannot say why you're worried at this moment in time. I think I know from the other cards, but let us Let us find out. Do you know, we all have negative thoughts, and the trick is to release them. And I wonder if that's all what this is about. Because Libra, the energy positively impacting on the outcome is strength, and this is your inner strength. So is this the antidote to your worry, that you have this inner strength? It is an inner strength. You look at the card, it's not the lion that's got the strength, but the girl. Yeah, it's an inner strength that will get you through things, that will take you through things. Overcoming challenges, overcoming problems, overcoming worries, overcoming fears. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Confidence. Of course, the Queen of Wands is very confident, very determined. Couple that with strength, and you're some. Oh, and with the Sun, and that's a force to be reckoned with. That's a force to be reckoned with. And the energy that would prevent or change the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. This is you going and seeking new financial opportunities. Looking for new financial opportunities. And I suppose implied in that is turning your back on the old ones. You look at the card, well, you know, the pentacles in his hand, there's the clouds behind it, so, you know, there's something divine about it. You're in a garden, a beautiful garden, and if you go outside that garden, maybe it's not going to be as good. I mean, it looks like a parched landscape on the other side. Maybe you will have struggles, but of course, the way to find real victories is by taking on the difficult, isn't it? I think, Libra, I know why you were worried, and I also know why you're considering new financial opportunities. And that is, the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles, which is long-term investments, probably of a financial nature. It could be investing in yourself, but laying down investments for the future. And I think that things haven't been happening quite quickly enough for you. You know, you're determined, you're courageous, you're strong. You know what you're doing. You do have a sunny disposition, but things just aren't moving as you felt they should be. Maybe you've been manifesting wealth and it's not been coming in as you would expect, or as you might have hoped. And that's just giving you these little doubts, and it's these doubts that will actually prevent a great outcome. And I think it is great. It is great. It's not a bad spread at all. It's just you've got little doubts that we all do, and you must look to your sunny disposition, your strength, your courageousness, your determination, and you'll be all right. But let me just check some of this out before we conclude. If I can get an understanding of this Nine of Swords, this card of worry, then maybe we will understand. The first card we have is a Chariot, you being in control. Second card is the Eight of Wands, you have in a firm direction. And then we have the Nine of Cups, which is about joy, blessings. Very interesting. Let's look at each individually, Libra. Libra, this first card of clarity is the Chariot. This is you being in control. You've got hold of the reins there. You've got hold of the reins. You're moving in a direction. You're moving quite quickly in that direction. You have control of it. You know what you're doing and you know where you're going. And what I think you're worried about is things aren't quite happening as quickly, despite the Chariot being about speed, not quite as quickly as you'd anticipated. Now you're in control and you can change things, and that's what's on your mind. Do I have to change things? You've probably even been manifesting things and you're thinking to yourself, do I change? And I think the universe is saying probably better off not to. And the next card of clarification is the Eight of Wands, which is very similar to the Chariot. This is you having a sense of direction and moving quickly towards it. Maybe the difference is that you have less control over this. But I don't think that we should read into it. I think it's just saying, yeah, you've got a direction here and you're worried that it's not working out. Do you have to change it? And I'm pretty certain the universe is saying, no, you don't. No, you don't. No. Things are just not moving as quickly as you would have thought they might. It's as simple as that. And you know, if you have been manifesting, the paranormal has no idea of time as we do. So, you know, it could take whatever. The other thing is, if you've been manifesting and it looks to be about wealth, maybe it's already started. You know, maybe you've had some little bits of wealth come in and they've been so small that you've thought it's got nothing to do with me manifesting. But it probably is. Remember your sunny disposition. Go back to that. Go back to that. And look for the good points. Because I think the outcome is real happiness, the Nine of Cups. Now this particular rendering is beautiful, isn't it? La Belle Epoque, the barmaid's welcoming you. She looks wonderful, doesn't she? She's got 9 glasses of wine there, ready to welcome you. I used to think, it is joyous, let's not take it away from it. I used to think this was the nicest card in the deck. And you can see from this rendering that it is a beautiful card. And what I realised was the difference between this and the 10 is that you're on your own. And I don't think that we're saying you're on your own, but you're on your own in terms of what you're doing, in terms of what you're trying to create, maybe in terms of your manifesting, you're on your own. But what it's saying is, look, you've got to do these things with a light heart, with a joyousness. And to a certain degree, when you manifest, you let it go as well. And I think that's all it is. You just have to say, okay, I'm in the hands of the universe. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. Why, oh why am I worried? And there's no reason to be, Libra. So I think we can summarise for you. Yeah. Libra, it's actually quite a nice reading, this one. You're strong, you're determined. You want action. Of course you want action. You're anxious for things to happen. But you're strong, determined. People look up to you. You're something of a social butterfly, but you know, people still love you for who you are. Don't worry about it, Libra. You have in the past been quietly contemplating. Do you know, I think you've been planning. I think you've been manifesting. Maybe you've missed a major opportunity as a result. Maybe you're even aware of that. But right now, you know, you're feeling blessed. The sun is shining down on you. You're feeling radiant, and people can see that in you. But as I say, I think you've been manifesting. I think you've been manifesting something to do with wealth, affluence, and, you know, you being this Queen of Wands, you get anxious. You want action. You want to see it happening now. And maybe it is happening and you just don't see it. You know, maybe these little bits of money that you think, well, that isn't what I asked for. But they're indications that it's coming. And it is coming to you. But, unfortunately, you move from this sunny disposition to worry. You're worried if you're moving in the right direction, if you're really in control of things. Are things really going to happen as you planned? You're having second thoughts. You're having second thoughts, you're having these little worries. And you know, those worries will prevent it from happening. So you've just got to release the worries. Think happy thoughts, think joyous thoughts, and everything's going to be all right, Libra. Because you know, Libra, you're a strong person, you're a strong individual. You know all these things I'm telling you. But unfortunately, you're even considering throwing the towel in and starting on a new financial venture. You're thinking of changing everything around because this doesn't seem to be working. But it will work, Libra, it will. And the truth is, what you've been doing is you've been laying down the foundation for a good long-term financial future. And if only more of us thought in terms of long-term future, we'd all be much better off, wouldn't we? So yeah, it's coming, but this is long-term stuff. It's not, you know, well, it might happen overnight, but it might take a while for that overnight to come, you know? No, it's all good, Libra. Just relax and stop worrying, and you'll get to where you want to be. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.